welcome to the New Artist Spotlight. It's your new internet show on WRNB, rnbphilly.com. I'm your hostess, Tiffany Bacon. And so each week, we not only feature a music artist, we also feature a poet. And this is the first time our poets will be featured on the website, so we're very happy about that. And to join us for the very first time is Miss Tamesha Hawkins. Hi, lady. Welcome.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. And you?
Awesome, awesome. Let's find out a little bit about you.
Okay.
You're from Philly, yes?
I'm from Jersey. I live in Philly.
Okay, so talk about life in Jersey and what made you come to Philadelphia.
Life in Jersey, it is what it is. It's trees and ruralness where I was.
Okay, and what part are you from?
Lakewood.
Lakewood, yeah. Is that north, central, or south?
South Central, near Red Bank and Freehold.
Okay, awesome. A lot of people may or may not be familiar with the Philadelphia scene and how it has blossomed into this utopia of artistic expression, a lot of which started from the Black Lily era and the Blue Funks and the panoramic poetries at the October Gallery, which still go on, so shout out to the October Gallery on that. Did you find that when you started attending these functions, you kind of felt at home because it became its own scene? It was its own movement. Did you feel at home, or did you kind of rebel against that as well?
No, I really did feel at home because I was still being new to poetry. So it's like I had a whole lot of moms and dads and sisters and brothers out there in the community. It helped as a great foundation, but I did have to break away for a little bit to find my own voice. Because what happens is people do start to sound alike. You don't want to do that.
Let's talk about that, because there is a cadence that often people will mock. And is it that when someone is new to poetry or poetic expression, they feel that they have to have that cadence in order to be accepted in the community? Or is it just one of those, when in Rome, if you're around certain people that speak a certain way long enough, you start to pick up their habits? Which do you think it is more of?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Because I can honestly say in the beginning, when I was trying to find my voice, I would pick up on the, peas and mashed potatoes type cadence. But then as I evolved into my writing, into my words and what I wanted to say, my own voice came out of it. So it's a little bit of both.
Awesome. Also with that comes the whole unconscious thought. And a lot of the unconscious thought doesn't always come with the I'm trying to take care of everything, being money wise. Do you fall into that category?
I'm conscious, but I'm also about the business as well. If that makes any sense. I won't just write for the sake of this is poetry, and I won't write just to say I'm smarter than you. Like, there's a lot of poets who are out there who are like, and these whisper to the kneecaps of the soul, and you're like, what did you say?
What's that mean?
What does that mean? No, because I personally don't understand it. I wouldn't want to subject my readership to any of that. But I'm also about the business. There's a business to it. There's a marketing to it. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, speaking of business, you have two books, Confectionately Yours and Sugar Lumps and Black Eyed Blues. Let's talk about the meanings of these titles and what can be found in these books.
Well, Sugar Lumps and Black Eyed Blues, the title came to me, while I was writing SEPTA. Oh, dear friend SEPTA.
SEPTA's a good source of lots of entertainment.
Yes, I would agree.
Yes.
But that book took me 4 years to kind of like just put together.
Okay.
It talks about women's issues, lust, divorce, rape, sex, relationship, all that kind of stuff wrapped into one. Confectionately Yours is more social political. I did follow the debates, Hillary, Biden, Clinton, all of that fun stuff, and just being in tune to CNN, ABC, and just putting my own spin and take on it so people get to see growth in my writing.
Nice. How did you come up with the titles? I'm big on titles because that is the hook, the eye catcher. So where did these titles come from?
I knew I had to lure in my readership because when you get into the inside of the pages, it's a little raw and a little risque. So I had to make sweet titles to bring them in. Like, I'm sweet, love me, read me.
Read me, love me.
And then
buy me.
Buy me, yeah. Buy me, so. And it's worked so far.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, she is our featured poet for the week. You can play the video back as often as you like. It is the New Artist Spotlight Show, and we want to give her an opportunity to do her thing. So stay close for a look at Tamesha Hawkins and her poetry.
Forgive me for not being patriotic. I do not pledge allegiances to a flag that has united the states of duplicity, where freedom had to be fought for by any means necessary. From settlers who stole an existing existence, serving smallpox alongside maize and tragic mulattoes with collard greens, all while wearing dashikis, moccasins, and draped in cotton-lace linens. And to think, that was only the beginning. Land conceived of guilt and fear of knowing that the minority will soon find out they're the majority. Hold them down, won't teach them to read or write, but teach them to recite biblical doctrine to hate themselves. Or throw a casino their way as payday for already claimed land. You see, the plan all along was to find something that was never lost and honor it in history's text. You can't take credit for freeing the free. You can't take credit for writing deceit and disputing it on the taxpayer's dime under the codes of FICA M, FICA R, and for sumptuous up and PAEDU. What a crime, so forgive me for not being patriotic. The red, the white, the blue is the voodoo that you do. Can't get caught up in your spell. Don't really care about the rockets' red glare shooting warfare on the backs of the shame. Refuse to be the all-American goof saluting troops to fight the unexplained. Pillaging foreign lands when this place some call home is sinking in sands of desolation. So forgive me for not being patriotic. Can't continue to shout, yes, we can, when they still won't. Vote for the colored vote to be a billed right instead of an amended amendment. Have a deep gripe with those alleged stars and stripes forever. Taxation without representation, the government spends half the check, half surviving. So supposing that's the luxury of the middle class. And where is the voice of the people? Vice presidents living in public housing when half the public lives on the streets or off the streets, because arts and education is the first to go when the budget gets low. Leaving neighborhood children strapping up to earn a buck to fill the family's gut, and so much hustling gets them caught up growing up before their time and doing time for just getting by. But for hunting fun, Cheney misused his gun and his slate was shoved under the rug, wiped clean, yet T.I. had 45 days to redemption with Mr. Phelps trailing behind. So forgive me for not being patriotic. The honeymoon period is over. For some, it never begun. Could never say I do to the same sex because the church and state decided to fornicate laws after their separation. You see, in the courts, they dispute evolution versus creation, and Jesus versus Nostradamus, and Noah with his ark attempts to outserve the golden arches, all religious money markets, supersizing the pride of a nation, taking time to sign on the dotted line that being gay is an abomination. And surprised that you can find the time with priests praying on altar boys and nuns loving each other instead of the Holy One's son. Christian churches with private CDs investing investments in personal gain, begging for more on the collection plate and leaving the spiritual community maimed. And homosexuality is to blame. See, you need to stay your lane, because as the first official divorce, under God, you should put down your stones. The glass house is a bit unguarded. So forgive me for not being patriotic.